Good afternoon and welcome to the 2025 Boys Soccer NJSIAA North Jersey Non-Public A Tournament. We got the quarterfinal round on our hands, and it's the number 3 Delbarton Green Wave hosting the number 11 St. Joe's Montvale. I'm Ben DeVoe alongside Lorenzo Skoll. Lorenzo, great to be with you today. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Ben. I'm excited to watch this matchup. St. Joe's coming off the upset against Don Bosco 1-0, so they're looking to do it again in the quarterfinal round here today.
Yeah, Delbarton hasn't had the season that they usually have, but this year they still have a winning record. They still got that 3 seed. But again, it hasn't been that same feeling that we've had for the previous Delbarton teams. Again, they went to the finals last year. They were the 2 seed, lost to St. Benedict's, but I think they only had 2 losses. So hasn't been the same team, but still finding ways to get it done. Today, I think it's going to be a tough game. I think it's going to be close between these two sides. And St. Joe's might not have the depth, but again, it all comes down to what happens when that ball is kicked off, because like if you can get a good start, if you can get more shots on net, you'll take that momentum. You'll take that head start on the other team, and Delbarton hasn't been able to do that recently. What else do you have?
Yeah, definitely. St. Joe's, it's going to become saving in defense for them as they're outscored 54 goals to 21 on the season versus the Green Wave. So, the Green Wave are really going to be looking to attack. And St. Joe's, they have an amazing goalkeeper. Jacob Hook has 68 saves on the season. And look to Daniel Butler, who has 9 goals leading the team this season. He should be their playmaker. The Green Wave are hot. They're coming off 4 straight, a 5-0 win versus Roxbury. Cortland Martin has 10 goals on the season. The freshman, look for him. Owen Miller, who's banged up early on, he's back. He's been back. He's been cooking. He has 5 goals so far on the season.
Yeah, and then again for the Green Wave, I think it's really getting off to that head start. So it's gonna be interesting to see how this one gets started. I'm really looking to see that look with Cortland Martin and Owen Miller to start the game. That's where Delbarton's offense comes best from. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. And they will play the winner of the 2-seeded Bergen Catholic and 10-seeded Pope John. That will get kicked off right now. We'll be back with the first half. Welcome back. I'm Ben DeVoe with Lorenzo Scola. Lorenzo, we're ready to get this quarterfinal one underway. And it looks like we'll have Liam Murphy to get us started. Delbarton will begin with possession.
Yeah, as you mentioned, the Green Wave, not having the season as expected, but it's always great towards the end of the season when you get hot.
And we are underway. Delbarton will begin with possession. A little header out. And Delbarton with a throw in deep. Here's Murphy. And that one will be booted out of bounds. Brusco. Delbarton starting this one with some tempo, and they'll have a whistle throw in for St. Joe's. This one popped into the air. Brusco tries to hit this one over, and it'll be Mazzarella landing on it and passing it over to Kovacs. Will send it back for Lyons. Lyons going to his right, finds Johnson. This one back for Lyons, trying to work that left side. Kovacs with a head of steam will pass. Here's Abire. Towards the deep corner, Abire, and he'll kick it out of bounds. And it'll be a goal kick for St. Joe's.
Yeah, Beery there was trying to work the edge, but St. Joe's not falling for it, able to force him out of bounds, and a goal kick for Jacob Hook.
This one handled with some nice touches, but Delbarton takes advantage of the ball being in the air, and they take possession right back. And possession hasn't been the problem for the Green Wave this year. It's mainly been those offensive opportunities that they've needed to make and capitalize on. So the sooner they can get into that in this one, the better they'll be off.
Yeah, definitely. In that Chatham semifinal that they lost, they had so many opportunities in the goal. They're able to make plays. It's just about converting and making sure that the ball is going into the back of the net when you're wide open.
It was the first time in a while Delbarton did not win or get to that Morris County tournament. Chatham did that. Murphy, and he got a bad touch on it. It was going to be him and the goalkeeper. But an unfortunate spin for the Green Wave, and Delbarton will have to reset. Here's Brusco. Pass. And here is Miller. Sending it across. Trying to find a Beery. He does. Beery trying to keep it in bounds. A great effort, and they're going to say that was out of bounds. It will be a goal kick.
Unfortunate there for the Green Wave. Nice kick in to Abire. Can't keep the ball in bounds.
Hook, ready to send this one back towards midfield, and he will. A nice line drive, headed by Mazzarella. He goes flying to the ground. Ball still loose, and he will get it back. So here's Lyons in his own end. He'll send this one forward, trying to find a Beery. But it'll be a turnover, and trying to make way with the ball. But Johnson has something to say about it, and Delbarton will get possession back.
Yeah, the Green Wave going to highlight freshman Matthew Brusco, who started the season off on the bench, but now has worked his way into the starting lineup. 5 goals on the season, really dominant on that edge for the Green Wave. Fast, speedy freshman.
Yeah, there he was there, 16, who he slipped and fell. Joes took possession, but Delbarton has it back now after an offsides. Here's Swami. Came far out of his own net. We'll send this one to Miller. A good pass. Miller with 2 guys on him. Trying to thread the needle. Doesn't work out. Kovacs was the target. And now this one will be picked off. Johnson, but getting it back is St. Joe's. Going the other way now. A nice move. Working in the left side. That shot sails way too high. It'll be a goal kick.
A couple of nice passes there from St. Joe's. Trying to get off an early shot. Just a little tad bit too high. No worry there for the Green Wave, who will regain possession.
That was Devin Butler on the shot. or Daniel Butler, excuse me. And Delbarton will have possession here. Lines, scanning his options, will pass. Mazzarella with it now, and he'll send to Kovacs. Kovacs working from his own end, passes forward. Here's Murphy. Not a great touch by Murphy, and it causes a turnover.
Couple of slips here early on for the Green Wave, losing possession, but out of bounds now.
And a unfortunate play from St. Joe's. Just the back of his foot finding that ball, goes out of bounds. Miller nearing the box, crosses this one. It's going to be bounced up. Mazzarella shoots! And I think a little bit of unsenselessness of the net goes wide. And that's one opportunity that could have been something, but doesn't work out for the Green Wave.
Yeah, definitely. Nice maneuvering there by Miller to get inside, passes it off. Mazzarella had it, only him and the goalkeeper, but near that right-left edge, couldn't quite curve it in.
And now the opposite side. St. Joe's trying to get something going, trying to keep it in. He cannot, and that's a second straight possession for St. Joe's where they've kicked their own ball out of bounds.
Yeah, the Green Wave really applying the pressure here early on, making sure St. Joe's can't get off those little passes or can't move in space. Usually see all the major student body here coming in. Home crowd will hopefully be another positive effect here for the Green Wave.
Yeah, the whole school mandatory to come to this game. They get out at 2 p.m., miss that last block. Here's an opportunity. Here's Miller. Here's Brusco sticking with it. Crosses inside the ball. Still in the box, trying to clear it. Murphy hits it up. Miller trying to find it. He does. Tries to get a little, forget what that's called. Maybe not a bicycle, but a rainbow kick. Doesn't work out. Delbarton still in possession. Here's Murphy. He'll send it across. Finds Abiri. Abiri trying to get inside. Ball deflected up. Abiri inside, and that one will be kicked out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Green Wave deep in St. Joe's territory.
Yeah, that's, great start for the Green Wave, working into St. Joe's territory, keeping the defense on their feet, trying to make the best of things, and Miller here really able to just work in tight spaces. And
here's Kovacs inside the box. He gets tripped. No whistle. And it'll be a goal kick for St. Joe's.
Yeah, from here you could hear Kovacs there agonizing in pain.
I don't know about that, but I think he definitely wanted a call. And this one, DeMarju cuts off out of bounds, throw-in for St. Joe's. Headed over, and St. Joe's comes out with it. And this one intercepted. Abiri gets to it, then loses it, and he maintains possession once more. It's lines now. Kovacs. Out of bounds, throw-in.
Green Wave here. St. Joe's with a kick-up opportunity.
Still opportunity. That shot will sail.
Yeah, ball already in the air. Way too much power there on that one. Should have waited for it to get down a little bit before taking a shot.
That was Nico Tiger.
Had a good look, but just too much power. The second attempt by the St. Joe's that just had a little bit too much juice on it. And the Green Wave will regain possession.
Lines will pass back to Swami. Little pressure, he'll pass, a dangerous one. Now Delbarton has to fear getting this one out of their own end. And this pass intercepted, back inside the box. Mazzarella trying to get it. Two guys around him trying to weave through. And coming out with it is St. Joe's. This one crossed. And DeMarju makes the play. And Brusco will recover. Trying to still get out of their own end. The attack just faded, not gone away completely. Brusco looking forward. Finds Miller. Miller sends it forward. Here's Murphy. And they're going to make a whistle. And it's going to be offsides. And the Delbarton fans do not like that one.
Yeah, in that scenario, started off dangerously, back and forth touch between goalkeeper and St. Joe's. Had a look at it, but couldn't quite get anything good for the Green Wave to get that one back. And that pass to Murphy, he was all alone, and what would have been very hard for the goalkeeper to stop, but unfortunate an offsides call for them. The Green Wave will regain possession here.
Beery sends it forward. Here's Mazzarella. He'll send across. And now this one crossed. Brusco inside the box, but this one's going to be kicked away. And a counterattack here from St. Joe's. Brusco gets a foot on that one, and it'll go out of bounds. Delbarton throw in. DeMarju will send it across to Kovacs. A nice pass there. Mazzarella can't handle it. And it'll go out of bounds. Delbarton with a throw in.
Yeah, Brusco, just the energy and able to get the ball back there for the Green Wave.
Johnson getting chased. He'll pass. Lines with it. Now Johnson. Passes to his right. Mazzarella. And here's Lines. Lines looking forward. Passes across. And a great one at that. Brusco with it now on the left side. Inside. Here's a shot. Just wide.
Brusco there on the attempt. Made an inside move. Got by the defender just a tad bit to the right. Not able to convert there.
It was a great opportunity.
But if you're the Green Wave, those are the shots that you want. The early looks that you want. Knowing that you can get your playmakers into open space.
Oh, here's Miller. Two guys around him. Sticks with possession. Abiri now off the pass from Miller. Trying to stick with it. Another move back. Shot. Save. And this one will be cleared away. A great play there by Jacob Hook to prevent a goal. But the opportunities are coming for the Green Wave early on.
Yeah, costly turnover there by St. Joe's, and Hook gets his palm on it from a great shot by Bire.
Brusco trying to weave through four defenders. That doesn't work out. But Delbarton still with possession. Here's DeMarju. He'll pass. Finds Kovacs. Open field ahead. He'll pass. Miller, but the pass is a bit too far out. And Kovacs will find Abiri. Abiri trying to get it in the box. He does. This one. Mazzarella, the shot! Bounces just high of the net! His body was horizontal. He made the contact, but the ball bounced just too early.
Wow, another one for the Green Wave. Perfect pass in by Abire after working around the corner on the edge. Gets it in. Mazzarella in a perfect opportunity, as you said, horizontally, trying to get it down in play. And just took an unfriendly big bounce. But the Green Wave, they're going to get one here if they keep getting shots like that. St. Joe's needs to keep ball in their possession and work against these turnovers that they've had early on.
This one will be sent deeper in Delbarton territory, but still the defensive front just in front of the 16 has been pretty solid for the Green Wave so far. And now they'll have to work. St. Joe's has been lacking possession all half. Trying to find Murphy. He's in. Shot. And he sails that one high.
Uncharacteristic shot there by Murphy. Has been a stud this year for the Green Wave.
Comes into this one with 5 goals. Was looking for his 6th.
Yeah, just had it on that left edge. He got the curve in, but just too much power. And I think he had the goalkeeper on that one going right, too. Just unfortunate. The Green Wave staying in it, trying to get the ball back, and they do.
Brusco trying to stick with it. He does. Great concentration. Sends this one in. Abiri with the head. Just wide. Murphy with another shot. Deflected away. DeMarju with it now. He gets banged. And right in front of the ref, does not matter. And now Lions will get it. And Delbarton will have to restart after St. Joe's flipped the field.
Yeah, this has been pure chaos early on. The Green Wave, another open opportunity after Brusco's excellent pass inside. Just a little bit to the right of Hook, and he gets his hand on it.
And Swami will kick this one straight out of bounds, throwing for St. Joe's about 30 yards out from the goal.
Yeah, this is St. Joe's chance to try to get a good shot up themselves, but Hook now with 2 key saves on the day.
This one will lead pass. Now that's a cross, and it goes off the top of the net, and it'll be a goal kick for Swami. We got a whistle, and there he is. Cortland Martin coming on for Liam Murphy, and Martin has been phenomenal his entire freshman season.
Yeah, definitely 10 goals on the season, leading all players. You saw early on how they really got it into him in the box. Great on his feet, able to get past defenders, and just has an eye for the back of the net. Highly convertible on all those shots that he takes. So now we'll get to see, as you mentioned, him and Miller together up front, which should be an exciting one.
And Will Antonin also comes in for the Green Wave. We'll see Abiri out. And here's Mazzarella. Now DeMarju. Sends this one forward. Pieruli. And he'll pass to Lines. Peter Lines. Passes forward. Miller getting off one defender. Now regains. Trying to get towards the net. A dangerous move there. My goodness.
Yeah, Hook.
Hook. And that one will go out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for St. Joe's. Delbarton's fans wanted to call Johnson with it, and now he'll lose it, and this one will, stay in bounds, never mind. Johnson with the touch goes out of bounds.
Yeah, Hook avoids jumping on the ball, instead puts his hands out, saying he's got it, but striking Miller's right there. Luckily, he gets his foot on it and out. Not sure why he didn't just jump on it, but luckily he got it out.
Oh, here's Miller.
Miller's been
He's
active.
got Martin to his left. Goes down in the box. So does a St. Joe's defender that was Noah Moreno. And it'll be a set piece in the box for St. Joe's.
But you can see how Miller really worked on a lot. Just a tall target. Even with that height, he's so crafty at getting past defenders.
And now that pass to the Delbarton student section.
Yeah.
Out of bounds, throw in for the Green Wave.
This student section from the end of the gate to more than halfway. So ton of fans here today. And the crowd is on their feet just waiting for one of these to go in. And when it does, this crowd will be erupting, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's Owen Miller with the goal when it comes that time.
Here's Brusco. Crosses in. It's deflected up. Delbarton trying to recover. Kovacs with it. He'll take a shot, and that one will sail high. Almost hit one of the fans up here. It'll bounce back down. Goal kick.
Another opportunity. You can really see how head coach assistant Ross was mentioning how they're trying to get one-on-one opportunities on the edge, and that's how they're going to get their strikes into the box. And you've seen that. That's what they've been doing so far in this game. They're trying to get it out to the edge, work one-on-one with their amazing players, their 2 freshmen.
Here's Pieruli. Passes forward for Lines. Back to Pieruli now. Sends this one to Miller. Inside the box. With again. Working inside. Shot. What a save. But Martin shuts in. Goal. Green Wave draw first blood. It's Cortland Martin. Who else?
Yeah, that's number 11 on the season for Martin. Miller crafting two defenders. Ball gets knocked back. He's still on it. Ball gets knocked back again. Still on it. Making moves. Takes that shot right off Hook's left foot. And Miller, he just knew that he was in the right place at the right time. Easy tap-in for goal number 11. 1-0 Green Wave. It was bound to happen. So many opportunities. And finally, one of them connects here early on.
And Lorenzi, you see, they had that little opportunity inside the box with Miller. He gets tangled up with Martin, but that's what great players do. They find something out of nothing, and that's what the Green Wave did there. They have 3 defenders around them and still manage to get 2 shots on net. 1 goes in.
Yeah, it only being...
Oh, Mazzarella with a beautiful move. His jersey got pulled up. He still maintained possession. Delbarton not content with 1, trying to tack on another.
Green Wave are hungry for another goal here.
Johnson crosses in. That one way too high for Brusco. He'll have to chase. And now here's the Marju. His shot deflected, and that one will go out of bounds. Throw in for the Green Wave. It's Brusco who will take it.
Brusco telling them to pause, get in their set. But anyways, on that past goal, Martin recognizing where Miller was. They
inside the
were
box,
up.
off Martin's back. Johnson has it now. He'll pass it back to Lines. This one far in. Brusco will cross it back, and that one goes out of bounds. Goal kick.
Yeah, just too far of a touch there from Brusco. But the Green Wave, they just keep coming back, keep forcing turnovers. St. Joseph's really only had those 2 opportunities that were like extremely high kicks. So they need to really work on time of possession here because it's been all Delbarton so far early on in this first half.
And here's another opportunity. Mazzarella had it, but he's going to take a step back.
Another turnover.
Delbarton's been getting a lot of those today. And as a result, they've had majority of possession. That pass a few feet too far outside. Throw in. We'll have a whistle. Substitutions. Alessi and Douglas will come in. Brusco and Pierrulli will sub out for the Green Wave. And subbing out for St. Joe's will be Gert Dimer.
Green Wave early on have had their tabs on.
There's another turnover. Martin picks it up. And then a little miscommunication. Delbarton has a little turnover of their own. Whistle now. Set piece for St. Joe's. This one sent forward, intercepted. And now trying to get to it is Douglas. He'll send it forward, and St. Joe's will get it back. Now Delbarton will get it back. Mazzarella with it, and he wants to slow things down. He'll send it back to DeMarju. DeMarju, not too many options. He'll send it back to his goalkeeper. Swami has it.
Delbarton flipping the field here.
Now Swami with it again. This one almost blocked. Line sends it forward. Chasing it is Johnson.
Might be able to generate something here for the Green Wave.
Douglas with it now. Passes back. Here's Miller. He'll shoot too high.
Couple of early shots here that have been too high for the Green Wave. Just have to keep it down a little bit less power, and some of these definitely go in. But again, you see how a turnover from St. Joe's turns into the Green Wave regaining momentum and getting off a quality shot.
Hook will boot this one away. Mazzarella with it off the headers.
Already back in the Green Wave's possession.
DeMarju has it. He'll send it back to Antonin. Now it's Lons. Alessi to his right, but he'll send straight ahead. And now little through balls end up in a St. Joe's possession. And a good way to work that one out of bounds. And, oh, wow, it's going to be Green Wave possession here. And that was Del Toro forcing it out of bounds. I think he was going to be St. Joe's. I think he thought it was going to be St. Joe's ball.
Yeah, Martin there trying to, force him to make that one go out, and he does. So it's quality play there from the freshman.
This one in. Oh, what a great save. Rebound shot too high. And that's in the story for Miller so far today. The Green Wave with about 5 or 6 possessions today. And they've only capitalized on one of them. But just inches from the net, feet from the net, if that.
Yeah, Hook there off the great pass from Mozzarella. Hook got his fingertips on that one.
Douglas has this one up. And we'll have a whistle. Delbarton set piece.
Another opportunity here for the Green Wave. Trying to get it into the box. Looks like they're going to send it in. Not go short. Hook telling St. Joe's to get wide. Because they know that the Green Wave like to get it on those sides.
And this one headed back out top. Mazzarella's chasing. He'll get it, and he'll get pushed over. That's going to be a whistle.
The speedy Mozzarella, they're able to get on the ball and recover and keep it to himself. And St. Joe's little push off there saw it.
Yeah, it's Guardaschione.
Going to be another opportunity for Delbarton to get it into the box. We'll see if they go to Antonin here, who's on the edge for the Green Wave.
Guardaschione having a chat with the ref. Who's trying to plead his case of an elbow, or a shoulder rather.
St. Joe's creating a 3-man wall.
Guardaschione in that wall. Miller will shoot this one directly, and it'll just go wide. And I think he's pretty eager for a goal right now.
Yeah, that's Miller's 5th shot in almost 10 minutes. So he's just looking to find the back of the net, and he will actually come off now for Peter Wynn. Good early play here from Miller. Assist there to Martin on the first goal. Couple of nice maneuvering dribbles into the box. Now we'll see, went from Murphy and Miller to now Martin and Miller to now Martin and Wynn.
Douglas with a nice play there to come through. And now it'll be Kovacs will send it across for lines. We got 2 guys who have done broadcasts with us who are part of the Green Wave Sports Network taking photos today. So make sure to go check them out, Ryan Dooley and Charles Kovacs. We got a new guy, though, doing camera for us, Aiden Truey. Great to have you with us. Great to have you doing the camera work. Doing a great job so far. But, yeah, first time for everything. Trying to get as many members as we can in this club. And it's Truey's first time doing camera, and we'll hope to have him on the mic soon enough. Here's Alessi. Sends this one forward. Trying to get to Morton. He does. Morton sends this one across. Jumped on.
Hook there, able to make another save. Falls right into his hands. Martin trying to cross it, but Hook able to know where he's going and just sticks his hands out. Easy catch for him. And St. Joe's now will have possession with a throw-in.
11:40 to go in this first half. Antonin was the one who kicked that one out. Delbarton getting in St. Joe's ear. That one will go out of bounds. Another throw-in for St. Joe's.
And it is loud, Ben.
I mean, we're all the way up top here, but we can hear them
on.
Clearly.
Great to see. So many people here.
Tell them to zoom in on the on the fan base and then get back out. You can see there that big fan base. Get out of school for this. It's mandatory to come, and they're making their presence known. Delbarton trying to get the counterattack, Wynn chasing, and Morton's the one who steals it. Still trying to get out of many defenders. He'll get pushed down, and there's the whistle. And this is what will happen. Your team has not been able to get possession too much. You try to make an aggressive move, and that's when the ref will blow their whistle.
Yeah, definitely frustrating early on for St. Joe's. Really has had nothing going on. Delbarton just outplaying them in every way possible. Haven't been able to get it to their best player either.
DeMarju shot just wide. Another one misses by inches.
Yeah, that one just glides against the goalpost and hits the net. Hook there didn't get his hands on it. Luckily goes out of bounds. But great shot there from outside the box for DeMarju.
And DeMarju will head this one. Now it's Wynn. Gets one guy off his back and then gets megged. It'll be a whistle. It will be Delbarton's set piece. Now it's Mazzarella. He'll pass. DeMarju. He finds Kovacs. Middle of the field. Moving forward. Pass to Johnson. Hesitated. Now it's Wynn off the deflection. Inside. Douglas trying to keep it in. And it's going to be a nice play there. And another aggressive play by Jacob Hook. And it pays off for the Knights.
Yeah, he's up to 75 saves now on the season. Hook, relentless, not afraid to go up and put his foot down and stop the goal. Another shot for Douglas.
Way too high. This one towards midfield. Kovacs will send it forward right back into Green Knights territory, and it'll go out of bounds. Delbarton's throwing. And the pressure has just not been off of the Green Wave, or off of the Green Knights today.
Substitution now. Douglas coming off. Brusco back in. Little break for the freshman, but he's back in. And as you mentioned, yeah, just too many turnovers for the Knights so far. Really supplying the Green Wave with all these potential abilities to get into the box.
Yeah, we have a freshman for freshman sub there.
Delbarton, a young team. They're filled with amazing freshmen, but also great leaders on the senior team. What makes this team so special and what allows them to really go so far, those great seniors definitely picking up on the freshmen. The freshman play has been amazing so far.
Yeah. It's interesting to see. You got the young guys leading the team in stats and just instant impact. Here's Mazzarella, who made an instant impact his freshman season. No pass back out to Antonin. Here's DeMarju. And you'll see Delbarton always wants to get those young guys. If you look at the sidelines, Delbarton has some recruits here watching the game. Brusco inside with some beautiful moves. He's looking for a handball. Gets none. It'll be a throw-in. We got an injured Green Knight. He'll get back up to his feet.
And then he goes back down.
That's Noah Moreno. Looking like that's his right leg. And we'll take a quick injury timeout. We're back here. Moreno walks off to the sideline. Looks like he's in a decent amount of pain. He's dealing with a limp. But back to play, we'll have DeMarju with the throw-in.
See if the Green Wave here can work something into the box. Try to get a quality shot off as 7 minutes left in this half.
DeMarju taking his time here, waiting for the whistle to blow. It will. DeMarju will send in. Now to Mazzarella, hits it right back to him. And Antonin working across, finds Lines.
Lines the lone commit for Delbarton so far.
This shot from Kovacs misses just wide again. Inches.
Yeah, we had 2 of them go inches off on the left. Now that one on the right. It's good to see these deeper shots, though, from the Delbarton Green Wave team.
Here's Kovacs. Mazzarella sends this one back to Kovacs. Right side, across. Brusco will try to get to that one. It'll be headed and out of bounds.
Smart there by Brusco to just let that one go out of bounds. In for the throw-in, throwing it in. St. Joe's gets it out, but another throw-in now.
Yep, Brusco again will take it. Still being headed. Johnson heads it. Mazzarella will get it. It will be a whistle after Wynn got pushed down. And once again, it's Guardaschione.
And that one's just outside the box. So it'll be a key shot. We'll see who takes it. Looks like it could be Mazzarella.
I mean, no matter what, though, it's going to be interesting to see because you got this big wall here. I'm guessing it will be Mazzarella. I think he's one of the most dangerous shots on this team. But let's say he doesn't go with the shot. It'll be easy for him to just pop this one right up, and it'll be dangerous for the Green Knights.
Yeah, definitely, but
yeah, it'll be 5 Green Knights and a Green Wave player. And Brusco, that one Green Wave player, will depart, and so will Daniel Butler. So 4 guys in front of the 4 group, in front of the 4 Delbarton players near the ball. Shot from Kovacs, deflected away. Wynn was chasing. It'll be a goal. It'll be a free kick, or not. So, excuse me, a corner kick.
yeah, and you saw there, the Green Wave were trying to trick them. They were still talking it over in 4 and quickly assemble Kovacs there, trying to get it in. Smart play there, knocked off, and Wynn didn't have the right angle to get it back. Just lets it go out of bounds for a key corner kick for the Green Wave.
Mazzarella tends to hit these a little bit too hard. We'll see about this one. That one's perfect in Lines. Just not the right angle for his head. It goes eye of the net, and it'll be a goal kick.
Yeah, the tall senior there coming in, running in, jumping up, and too strong there. Goes over, like you said. It's a good opportunity, and Mazzarella placed it perfectly. Not too close to hook, but just where could get a shot off.
Wynn chasing, finds it. Good hustle there. Brusco has it now.
Avoids 2 defenders.
Goes out of bounds. And they're going to say the ball went out of bounds, so it'll be another goal kick.
Yeah, just touching the line there. Brusco trying to keep it out, but the ref sees that one. Good eye. 3 minutes left in this half. Let's see if St. Joe's can, even if they don't score, just see if they can keep it in their possession.
That one kicked pretty far.
And as I say that, the Green Wave get it back.
Martin chasing. And it'll be kicked. That was Coleman, and now it will be another corner kick. just under 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Delbarton up 1-0. They scored in the 20th minute. It was Cortland Martin off the assist of Owen Miller.
Now, if you're the Green Wave, you can take your time with them, drain a little bit of that clock, and really pick up the momentum if you can get a second goal going into halftime.
Mazzarella sends this one in. Headed by Antonin, just too high. We'll see who they said headed it. And they're going to say it was Antonin. Yup, it was between him and this player does not have a number on the roster. Sorry about that, guys. But between number 23. DeMarju with it.
Gets it back, steals it.
Still has it now. Passed. And then that pass straight into 3 white jerseys. And the Green Knights on the counterattack now, but that's squandered. Antonin!
Coming in hot there.
Yeah, big hit.
Able to prevent the Knights from trying to flip the field and go down and get something. Minute 30 left now.
Brusco, oh, it's going to be a trip. Win. Dealt it. And St. Joe's will work from just around midfield. Under 1 minute remains in this first half. And if I'm St. Joe's, I want to be the last one to touch this ball. If you want to take as much time as you want on this one, get it into the box. And make sure Delbarton cannot get a counterattack going.
Yeah, but it looks like St. Joe's might try to get this one into the box.
Well, yeah. This one bounced straight. Martin will kick that one backwards. Still 30 seconds left. Brusco will kick it. And this one will be Brusco.
Here comes the
sticking
Green
with
Wave.
it. Oh, and he had Martin ahead, but the pass is cut off under 20 seconds now. Oh, and win! Wide open. I don't know where that pass was going. And that should do it for the half. Under 10 seconds now. And Hook will hold on to it. He'll kick this one away now. And that will do it. I want to stay right here. What was going on there? Went out open field ahead. Didn't see like he was running as fast as he wanted, but passed across right into one of the St. Joe's Green Knights.
Yeah, as you mentioned, they're kind of slowed down even though he had the ball in front of him. And it's not like there was a player in front of him. There was a player to the side of him, but not sure why you try to cut it back with so much little time remaining. But does make that pass, and it gets intercepted. And that will do it for that first half. The Green Wave able to pick up their first goal, early lead, and the Knights definitely have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, and we'll have a lot to talk about at the halftime report. We'll step aside for a few minutes after the first half. Delbarton 1, St. Joe's 0. welcome to the Forum Coffee Halftime Report. I'm Ben DeVoe alongside Lorenzo Scola. Lorenzo, 1-0 Delbarton leads after the first half. We saw that goal in the 20th minute, but after that, Delbarton still had numerous amount of opportunities. What else did you see in the first half?
Yeah, the Green Wave just continuing to play aggressive, not letting St. Joe's get to their spots. Ton of turnovers, amazing defense, and for St. Joe's, you just need to control the ball more, control the time of possession. They've had great goalkeeping play from Jacob Hook, really preventing a lot of goals here. But if you're the Green Wave, just converting on some of these more attempts, but getting into the box, showing great momentum, and St. Joe's just really getting outplayed in that first half there and needs to pick it up on time of possession in the second one.
Yeah, and now for St. Joe's, I think it's also that you need to not just pass the ball every time you touch it, because every time you've passed, it's been a turnover. So you got to take note of that. I bet they're talking about it right now in their huddle over there. But, I mean, with all those turnovers, what do you expect? Delbarton not to get those opportunities, because Delbarton has completely managed this game because they've had all time of possession. So, again, it just comes down to the little things. You got to have better vision. You need to trust your guys more, and you can't force those passes. Otherwise, Delbarton's going to just keep running away with this one.
Yeah, definitely. All those long passes, from their set pieces or goal kicks really have ended up in backing the Green Wave's possession. And it was all Green Wave that first half, and we'll see if the Knights can take over and have a great second half.
Yeah, and I think with those opportunities for the Green Wave, they need to convert more on those, because I don't know if one goal is going to do it for them. Right now, it looks like it will, but again, St. Joe's the 11th seed. They're one of the better teams in this state, and non-public A is always very competitive, no matter who you're playing. So it'll be interesting to see what we get in the second half. We'll see what halftime adjustments the Green Knights come out with, and we'll see how Delbarton can manage their opportunities better. But that's it for the Forum Coffee Halftime Report. We'll be back with the second half. We're ready to get the second half underway, and I was just able to go speak with Delbarton head coach David Donovan and ask him, what are you talking about at halftime with your guys? You're up 1-0, but the opportunities have been there. Some of you guys haven't converted, so what are you looking for? He said he's really had a lot of success with Brusco coming in at this back line, and that's been really successful, but the serve hasn't been as successful. So essentially they need to get more guys in the box. Keep an eye out for that as we move on through this half.
Yeah, definitely, you know, and Coach Ross emphasized it in the pregame, saying that they're going to look to work the lines with Brusco, with Wynn, with Martin, whoever it is there, Douglas, and that really has led to their success in the first half, to their goals, to those opportunities. But yeah, definitely just putting the ball in the right place for your players to get it, for your teammates to get quality shots will definitely be important for the Green Wave here.
We got a whistle, will be set piece, St. Joe's. And we'll get to see a better look of this St. Joe's offense as they move over to this side. A nice kick that by Kovacs. They're able to get his foot out there. Now Joe's with it again. Passes it back. And they'll work it forward. Out of bounds. Murphy sends it forward all the way across the field to Brusco. A long pass. And that one right off of Fitzsimmons. So it'll be, Pino. And it'll be a throw-in. Here's Swami. Sends this one over to DeMarju. Antonin will send it to Pierulli. Little sky-high pass, and that one's on the ground. Mazaro will leave it back for his goaltender. What his teammates call him V, he'll give it to Antonin. And this one deflected forward. St. Joe's with it now. But Antonin right there to intercept that pass. And again, that's what we just talked about at the halftime report. We need to see St. Joe's handling their opportunities and when they get the ball better because it's just been way too many turnovers. Here's Miller who gets tripped. Murphy had possession too, but the whistle is blown. It will be a set piece from a few feet outside the box.
Yeah, definitely, Ben. The vision, like you mentioned, that pass there, that was right to Antonin. No one in front. You know, when you get the rare chances that they've had to get deep in Delbarton's territory, you got to make sure to keep the ball. Can't make foolish passes there. And that's why Delbarton has done so good early on in this game, because their vision has been so smart. Their passes have been perfect. And now they're going to look to add to it with this set piece here. Looks like Miller might deliver it.
Yep, Mazzarella to his right. Delbarton had some trickery on the last one they had just outside the box. Four guys grouped around the ball. They broke it a shot, but it was a nice save by Hook. We'll see what they do here. This looks pretty standard.
Looks like he might take a shot at it.
And he will, but it's deflected up, and that's what the wall's for, and Hook will grab it. He'll boot this one forward.
Falls back to the Green Wave.
And Antonin's going to have to chase that pass from Johnson. He'll give it to Swami, and now he'll give it back to Antonin. Antonin finds Johnson.
The Knights trying to swarm the ball.
Swami. I mean, they have to now. They got to get it. They got to get this ball back. Delbarton has come out of halftime doing exactly what they did in the first half with keeping possession.
Yeah, it definitely looks like really nothing much has changed from the first. I know it's early on here in the second half, but the Green Wave, like you said, doing exactly what they were
nice
doing.
Move by Lines. Inside, here's Murphy, a spin, a shot, and he rockets that one high. And that scoreboard better be careful. That just missed it.
Yeah, he was trying to hit the 1 there to make it a 2 on the scoreboard. Fortunately, couldn't get in the back of the net. But, that's just been really the deal here with the Green Wave on some of these shots that they've taken. Just a little bit too much power. Still a great opportunity for Murphy, a one-on-one there with Hook, and he'll get it back.
Murphy, Mazzarella to his right, loses it himself. That lead pass, I mean, again, Murphy's just having too much power on these.
Yeah, he was deciding whether to pass it, whether or not. Decides to let it go. Mazzarella couldn't get to it. Goal kick now for the Knights.
And Brusco will send this one forward. Chasing it is Miller from his own blooper, but now Lines will have to chase this pass. Now sends it back to Swami. Will line this one to Johnson, tries to keep it in. He will. And he'll send it back to Lines. And that pass out of bounds. Johnson was already running up the other side.
Yeah, smart there by St. Joe's to get 2 people to the ball there. Force it out of bounds. And now here's key for them.
Oh, inside. Good move by Lines. Swami will grab it just before it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, that's always hard. Peter Lines, arguably the Green Wave's best defender. Tall there against the smaller St. Joe's offense. Able to get his foot on it, and great play there by Swami to jump on it, calling his players off so he can pick the ball up.
Lombardo, number 7, was the one trying to get a shot off there. It would have been the first for St. Joe's. And now it's Mazzarella. He'll send this one a shot, and that one sails high again. A lot of, you said it already, a lot of these passes or shots have been pretty hardly hit and pretty high, so these opportunities have been there. It's just the capitalization has not.
Yeah, capitalization, a little bit more attention to detail with how much power you're putting. These are talented players. They definitely can get the power off, but it definitely takes a certain skill sometimes to just get it right to where you want it to be. It's not always as easy as it seems. Looks like it'll be a goal kick here, though, for the Knights. Way to edge out the Green Wave to regain possession.
Johnson passes to Kovacs. Kovacs will send it across to Brusco. Trying to keep it in, won't be able to pass. It's a little too high. Throw in for St. Joe's. And this one sent forward, still in bounds. We'll have a whistle.
Looked like contact there.
Yep.
Head kind of hit the back.
Going down was, not Lombardo, it was Tiger. And this one's got to be in the box. You got to give your guys a chance here. Get some air under this one. Try to get a shot on net here.
Yeah, you never know what happens if you can put it.
That was a nice one. Antonin got his head up first, and then off the shoulder of Lines, and Kovacs will clear to Murphy. He'll pass it back to Lines, and now in the middle of the field, and to the left is DeMarju. Brusco, and we keep seeing this look here. Anytime Brusco gets the ball on the left side, or at all, he's been doubled. So trying to take away that powerful freshman who's able to make opportunities for the Green Wave. Again, Coach Donovan talked about it coming out of the break. He loves sending along that far line. Assistant Coach Jake Ross also said it to you before the game. So taking away that piece will definitely be great for the Green Knights. Here's Lines. Now Mazzarella. Murphy passes to Lines. Inside, gets pushed. And there's the whistle.
That's going to be right outside the box.
Again, that's going to be the third free kick right outside the box for the Green Wave.
Yeah, and just going back to, that kick into the box for St. Joe's where Antonin was able to head it out. A really tough thing for the Knights, if you visualize it down here on the field, is this Green Wave defense is just full of, tall players. So it's harder for the Knights who are a little bit smaller, a little bit shorter, to get those it's easier for the Green Wave to head it out or to, regain possession. So we might have to be just a one-on-one scenario or a pass in on a one-on-one scenario. But we'll see here now. Looks like Mozzarella.
The clock stopped at 30-11. That shot! Go just high!
Oh.
And as we approach 10 minutes into this first or second half, if you're just joining us, Delbarton got the lead halfway through half number 1 with a Cortland Morton goal in the 20th minute. And Owen Miller had the assist. Delbarton's had plenty of opportunities since then, dominating possession, but they haven't been able to capitalize. Here's Johnson, who gets it stolen from him. And now St. Joe's will try to move the ball, but that will be squandered. Here's Johnson. That's pretty much what we've seen. If you're just joining us, you haven't missed much except for Delbarton just getting a ton of turnovers. There's another one there. Kovacs. And that shot will be deflected away, and now Murphy has it. His pass is deflected. Lines with it now. And he gets taken down. Another whistle. And St. Joe's starting to get a little bit more aggressive by the minute.
And that's going to be a yellow card. As you said, this St. Joe's team is just frustrated, haven't been able to stop the Green Wave on offense. Couple of hits here. It's going to be another set piece yet again for Green Wave just outside the Knights' territory. We'll see if they play this one into the box or maybe outside to the edge. It'll be interesting to see.
I believe that was Lombardo. I couldn't see it. The number is so far away. That one deflected, goes just wide of the net. It'll be a corner kick. But yeah, all the way up top here, even with the sun not shining on those numbers, kind of tough to see across 100 yards. Especially with these jerseys, pretty small numbers. But whoever it was subbed off, and it might have been Lombardo.
Now for the corner.
Sends in.
Misses everyone, but
Johnson takes a shot. Now takes a funny bounce. And now with it is Lines. Cross in. Antonin passes in. And it will leave the box. Mozzarella gets it back. A lot of passes, not a shot.
Yeah, there was 2 passes back and a fourth there in the box. Couldn't take off a quality shot, but now...
Oh, my goodness. Kovacs going all the way in. Gets taken down. And that's the second time that's happened. And the whistle has no air going into it.
Yeah, it looked like he was shoved down there in the box.
Antonin will send it across to Johnson. Yeah, it was the second time it happened in the box to Kovacs. So
Kovacs, a little bit of...
rough day inside the box for Kovacs. Here's Murphy. He'll send it forward. Chasing it is Miller. He'll get to it. A shot. A nice save. Seemed pretty routine, but having to fall down for it was Hook. It was a hard shot, so
yeah,
checks out.
And Miller's so good at able to, work the edge but curve the shot in. Gets a little bit of a curve there, and Hook just gets his right hand on it, able to bring it in. Another great save.
And another push down. That time getting taken down was Pierulli, and he has a little bit of a gingerly walk.
Yeah, there's been a lot of set pieces early on in this second half.
$26:40 to go here. It's going to be DeMarju and Mazzarella around that one.
Trying to work it into the box.
DeMarju sends it in. Headed, and it's in! Delbarton extends their lead to 2.
Wow, what a perfect shot from DeMarju there. Gets it in.
That was Antonin on the goal.
The tall Antonin able to get his head in, curves it inside, finds the top left back of the net. Nothing Hook can do when you're that close to the player, not able to reach his hand high enough, and boom, the Green Wave strike for goal number 2. Amazing pass, though, faked by Mazzarella. DeMarju gets the right amount of curve, falls past all the St. Joe's defenders, only Antonin, the goalkeeper, and he wins that one. Delbarton lead 2-0.
And now here's when the pressure starts to increase, and the Woods get another ball.
DeMarju sensing the pressure there.
But yeah, the Green Knights really are going to have to face a lot of pressure moving on. Down by 2. Haven't really been able to get anything going so far in this one. And you got 25 minutes, and you got to score 2 goals.
And they really have not had any offense at all this game, if we're being honest. But smart there by Lines to box out the St. Joe's offense to get the ball after the throw-in, and they'll regain possession now. And Green Wave have all the momentum in the world. They're going to try to make it 3.
Here's Brusco moving in the box now. Pass inside, Pirulli shot, and it goes wide. Pirulli did not get the pass cleanly, and that causes a late shot and a miss.
It looks like it's going to be a corner now, but going back to Brusco, honestly, it just looks like at times the defenders are moving in slow motion with how fast Brusco is on that edge. Once he picks up speed, you're not getting that ball out of his hands. Able to get it just to the near edge of the box, in for the pass. Now we'll see they go short for the corner.
Kovac sends it in, sent back out. DeMarju
Already had one great pass.
And this one goes out of bounds. Delbarton's throwing. Kovacs gives it to DeMarju, and Kovacs will get it back now. And this one sent back into Delbarton's end. Antonin with it now.
Green Wave looking to just slow things down. You know, now you have that 2-0 lead, so it provides a little bit of cushion here to take things slow. Obviously, if you're open.
Oh, another shot, and there it is! Miller and Morton combined for the offense, and it's Owen Miller making this a 3-0 game.
Yeah, that dynamic duo up front, Ben. Said it earlier, don't be surprised if Owen Miller gets one. Couple of rough high shots early on, but Miller finds the back of the net. Another situation similar to Antonin's, where Hook, one-on-one with the player so close up, can't get his right hand up enough to block that one. Easy goal in the back of the net.
And that's 2 goals in 3 minutes. Delbarton finally finding themselves and capitalizing on these opportunities. DeMarju gets wrecked on the play. Tension's rising, and the frustration is showing on the field for St. Joe's.
Yeah, and the Green Wave, they really just brought their A game here today. I mean, amazing play, offense and defense. St. Joe's able to steal it back, but the Green Wave take it back. Just amazing play all around, from offense to defense to goalkeeping here.
And even in this really cold and windy weather, Delbarton still has been able to pass effectively, and that's been big for them. It's been up and down this year with their passing, and today it worked, and today they've gotten 3 goals.
Yeah, definitely. And if you just really look back, these past 4 games where they went 4-0, you can just see that they have a new level of focus. Coach Donovan has really instilled a new will into this team.
Line sends it in. Martin trying to chase it, and Lyons might have been better off shooting that one. He had an open lane in front of the net. Well, Antonin will get it and pass to Kovacs. He'll send it forward. Johnson there. And back to Kovacs. And he gets tripped up. And there's the whistle. And another one. The common factor for St. Joe's has been Devin Cambion with all these pushes. So some frustration growing. I mean, it's going to be tough to come back for this one, so you could say this would be St. Joe's last game for soccer in 2025. So it makes sense with frustration, especially for seniors.
Yeah, especially for their star senior, Daniel Butler. Just really led the team this year, got them here. It's all around a hard one for the whole team. Still 20 minutes left, but the Green Wave, they're looking to add more. Nice job there by Hook to cut it off.
A throw and some noise. Delbarton's fan base making sure that St. Joe's know that they're here. And this will be the only home game for the Green Wave unless Pope John upsets Bergen Catholic.
Miller with a rainbow kick.
And he gets tripped inside the box.
No call.
And then Alessi gets tripped. And
Miller slow to get up.
And that is not what you want to see if you're the Green Wave.
Yeah, arguably their best on offense.
And he's limping. That is not good. Guy's been injured this season. And now Mazzarella's legs getting tangled up while the guy was still on the ground. And now he looks like he's injured. There's the yellow card. And Mazzarella now on the ground. And Delbarton's two of their best players, both obtaining injuries in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, St. Joe's just becoming ruthless here.
And that's not sportsmanlike.
You know, first Miller pushed off, and 3 subs now will come on.
One of those is Marcus Arthur, who did not play today. He was questionable, but he'll come in now. Miller had a nice jog to the sideline. He'll have to work with the trainers. And Mazzarella will also go off. I think that's Douglas coming in as well. DeMarju going off. And just trying to see who else came in. Martin might have been one of them.
So, yeah, if you're the Green Wave, you know, just make sure your best players are healthy. Keep them off the field, you know, if you feel like you have the game locked in. And we'll see now. Hopefully Miller's okay, getting worked on the floor by the trainer.
And that one will go out of bounds. And it'll be a throw for the Green Wave, but we'll have to make sure to keep eyes down over there. See what's going on. Mazzarella should be okay. He always goes down at least once a game. And he's back the next one, but always have to treat this stuff with caution. Johnson passes it in. Here's Martin, his shot. And it's in! It's in! It went off the post! It went back in the net! It's his second goal of the game! And the Green Wave have blown this one open. It's 4-0!
Holy smokes, Ben. What a shot there by Martin. Amazing. All the way to the left. Able to position it in, get the curve going in to the right. And there was just no chance for Hook there. He thought the ball would be coming towards him as he was on the right end of the net. But Martin positions it so well that it hits that back post inside the net. right to the left side, and now Martin will come off. What a day for him. 2 goals, up to 12 on the season now.
And don't forget about that assist he had as well. He's been phenomenal. And then Marcus Arthur laying out one of the St. Joe's defenders. He looks like he's hurt a little bit.
And the crowd loves it.
Yeah. A little aggressiveness back from the Green Wave. Lowering the shoulder. And this one sent in. Lines chasing. Douglas also there. Quick feet trying to get it out. Pass, Pirulli chasing. Keeps it in. A great effort. A valiant one at that.
Yeah, just has the ball stand still there. Nice play to get it back in. And they flip sides on the left now. But it's just amazing to see. Even going up 4-0, the Green Wave, they don't slow down. They're not going to sit back and let you think that you might be able to get one from them. They're still keeping it away. They're still not letting St. Joe's into the box. And you best believe if they get their opportunity, they're definitely going to try to add more to the scoreboard.
He'll pass to Douglas. And now Douglas trying to work around defenders. Johnson's there. And Alessi will pass forward. Chasing it is Arthur, the senior captain. Marcus Arthur inside the box. Shot just wide. It'll be a goal kick here.
Hook taking his time with this one.
Well, the whistle finally blows, so the subs go off and come on.
Green Wave regain possession.
Alessi, send it forward.
That one goes out to the crowd. About 17 minutes to go in this one in the quarterfinal round. And if the Green Wave can hold unless the Knights get some miracle.
And coming on is Sebastian Rubio for the Green Wave. What were you saying?
Yeah, unless the Knights can get some miracle, the Green Wave will move on to face either Pope John or Bergen Catholic. We'll see who wins that one. Pope John trying to do a miraculous thing and get an upset against Bergen.
And that's why they play the games.
You never know when it comes to the playoffs.
Arthur with it now. You see some guys we usually don't see. Here's Luke Miller. And this one will go across. Here's Douglas. Pass forward. Here's Rob. Ben Rob passes, and now it's back with Douglas. He'll send back and find Condawall. And a header, and it's in! Alessi finds the back of the net, and the Green Wave are pouring it on.
Yeah, as I mentioned, if they get an open look, they're going to continue. Perfect pass in. Alessi has an easy header right next to the net. Hook has had a great day, but when you have these one-on-one situations, when you're right with a player, it's hard because you have to make a decision right there if you're going to go right or left. And this Green Wave team is smart, so they're going to be able to make the smart choices. And they improve to 5-0. We saw it early on that the Green Wave really just had this one. It would just be a matter of when they start to get those goals. And here in this second half, with 30 minutes and less, they really started to pour it on, like you said.
Yeah, Douglas with the assist there. It's his second of the year. And now St. Joe's trying to make everything in these last 15 minutes. Inside the box, hits the brakes. Now back up top, and unless he's there, the guy who just scored, he'll find Arthur's chest. And Arthur trying to get it out, and it will go out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for the Green Wave.
Yeah, Arthur there maneuvering between two defenders, able to get it out. But St. Joe's there had a one-on-one chance, just another bad pass. Really just haven't been smart with those passes like we mentioned at halftime.
And this one will be headed back out. McCormick chasing. A good play. He'll get tackled, and it'll be a set piece for St. Joe's. Douglas gets it. He'll pass. It's Farrow now, and he'll send it back. Here's Horwitz.
Green Wave just trying to keep things in their possession, run this clock out for the last 14. Great pass up above.
Rob with it. He'll send it back to Farrow. Farrow thought about shooting. Now pass inside back to Rob. Gets it. Goes through a defender.
Slows it down, though.
Here's McCormick. He'll send across. Looks like Douglas. Inside, a shot, just wide.
Yeah, Douglas battling against a defender there. Trying to work his way around him. Sees a split-second opening. Takes the shot just a little bit too far to the right there. More subs now for the Green Wave and for St. Joe's.
McCormick sends it back. Here's Miller. And now it's McCormick again right around midfield on that Delbarton logo. 13 minutes to go here in the second half. Green Wave up 5-0. Luke Miller moving forward. Passes inside. And it's stolen. Another opportunity was Roger Tolo trying to go in there. But it's kicked out of bounds. It'll be a corner kick.
Yeah, key corner kick here for the Green Wave. 12 minutes to go. St. Joe's just trying to prevent another goal.
Sent in. Headed straight down. And it's in again!
Wow, goal after goal here for the Green Wave. Really have just carried away with it in this second half.
And that's going to do it. The refs blow the whistle. 6-0 is your final score in Morristown. The Green Wave find a header goal in the 68th minute, and that will do it. They will advance and play the winner of what's ever going on in Bergen County with Pope John and Bergen Catholic. And that's going to be the final. A dominant performance by this offense. And if we look all the way back at our pregame, we can remember. We talked about Delbarton getting on the board early, taking those shots, and taking advantage of those opportunities. And they clearly found their way as the game moved on.
Yeah, definitely. And as you mentioned, as Coach Ross mentioned, trying to work the edges, and that's what they did. That's how they got most of these goals. All these headers, they started out from in, they passed it from the corner, able to work through their freshman. Matthew Brusco, excellent game for him with all those passes. And Cortland Martin, just some key passes, key goals. Unfortunate for St. Joe's not being able, to get on the board. But they had a great run, beating Don Bosco in that upset in the first round. But the Green Wave will move on now. Like you said, they'll play that winner, and just a dominant performance. Amazing job for them. 5 in a row now for the Green Wave. and they'll look to try to get back to that final like they did last year.
Yeah, just a great performance by the Green Wave. Like, they were in all aspects of the game, they were pretty great with capitalizing on opportunities. They could get better, and if they play St. Benedict's, they're going to need to do that. If they play Bergen Catholic, they're going to need to improve a bit more. So, again, 6 goals, a mercy rule is phenomenal for the Green Wave, and that is some momentum they're going to have rolling into Bergen County or defending home turf against either Bergen Catholic or Pope John.
Yeah, definitely. As you said, when you get to the tougher opponents, capitalization is definitely key. So that will be one of the things that they definitely practice this week, is making sure, to use the right amount of power on the foot, making sure to find the back of the net. But all around, they just won in all aspects, like you mentioned, beat St. Joe's really in everything, every way possible. Great game.
Yep, and we got some clarification on who scored that final goal. Couldn't really see it from all the way up top here. It was Ryan Shannon on the goal. His first of the year, I believe. And it is some way to end a 6-goal game. A phenomenal performance by the Green Wave. And for St. Joe's, I think they just got outmatched. They came in here with the right game plan to try to pass effectively and pass deep, try to take advantage of the Green Wave defense. But the Green Wave defense, there was nothing to take advantage of today, and they were phenomenal, just stopping every pass, turnover after turnover, and that's really how this game got to 6-0. But for Aiden Truey, for Jared Lowy, for Lorenzo Scola, I'm Ben DeVella. It was a great broadcast here today. The Green Wave went 6-0 against St. Joe's Regional in the quarterfinal round of the NJSIAA North Jersey Non-Public A 2025 Boys Soccer Tournament in the New Jersey State Playoffs. We'll be back either next week with the next matchup, depending on if Pope John wins. Delbarton will have to defend home turf. Otherwise, they're going to be in Bergen County as they're seated one lower than Bergen Catholic. So, good luck to the Green Wave, whichever way they go, and a great season for the St. Joe's Regional Knights.